I'm John Lee, St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association, here with Lloyd Allender, who's kind of recovering from his long trip and a little illness there. So glad to see him back and see everybody. Hope you're having a good holiday weekend. And let's see, I got just a few things. You want to go ahead and get us started, Lloyd?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make an announcement. I'm looking forward to our main meeting here in July, July 16th. We've got Nikki Stevens. She's a national speaker on communications and helping people improve their communication skills. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from her. And she is a national speaker, and she's like most national speakers during the pandemic. She's been doing most everything online, as John's found out. But she's glad to be back. In fact, this will be her first local presentation since the pandemic. So she's got a lot of local friends. Hopefully she's gonna invite some of her friends too, so we'll have a big crowd. So anyway, now looking forward to hearing her. We can always use improve our communication skills. I know when we talked in some of our panel discussions and talk about books that I recommend, I always mention Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Mostly about communication skills and learn how to deal with people, since we do a lot of that in real estate, whether it's dealing with a buyer, a seller, a realtor, a banker, a title company. You always got to deal with people. So yeah, you need to learn how to improve our communication skills with everybody and do business better. So looking forward to that. Okay, John, you want to go ahead and do you said you got Laura's message queued up, or do you have some
Yeah, I
other?
had just a couple other things too, just to add to what you got here as well. As next week will be Kathy Davis. She's on holiday this week, but she'll be back for Ask the Attorney on the 12th, which would be the second Friday this month instead of the first. So if you were hoping to have something for her, just hold that thought till next week or call her office. The other thing is, let's see, we got just a couple other little things. Well, the 25th, our group, the St. Louis Housing Solutions Coalition, is going to meet, and we'll see. We have some more stuff probably coming up on that, and I'll let you know if there's anything important. Also, we just a couple weeks ago, we were at in Gladstone at the Missouri Tax Sale Seminar, and we did kind of secure that this week. We just got that done. They're coming to our side of the state next year. So as soon as I have some registration information, I would recommend probably registering now. I tell you, it was a great seminar too. It was full of attorneys and collectors. I don't know, some of you have some personal dealings with collectors also. Michelle McBride from St. Charles County. I know a lot of us pay her every year. She was really nice to meet in person though. A lot different than what you might expect for some of the people. A lot of attorneys were there. Of course, Kathy Davis was a speaker there. Scott Walterbach put it on. Dale Sweet, Jennifer West, Julie Anderson, just a couple of the other attorneys that were there. There was also some code enforcement people, a few collectors from around. And what's nice about this too is it, like for us investors, we just get the information, but there's also, like if you're an attorney or somebody in the government agency and need continuing education, this will give you several hours of the CE credits you might need to keep your licenses up. So that's something to keep in mind. That will be on June 20th next year. And it looks like we'll have it at the Realtor building over there on Olive. And I'll let you know more details as we get those together, but that's just something we just came up with. So I think that's all I got. And I want to, let's see, we want to do, let's see here. I got Laura's not with us today, but we do have, let's see, we got her in spirit here. So you can see this. There we go.
Welcome, everyone. First, I'd like to do a bit of housekeeping. Feel free to unmute yourself when it's your turn to speak. Please be mindful of everyone else by muting yourself while others are speaking. You're welcome to put any contact information that you want to share into the chat. We meet here to share deals, look for deals and solutions we have in need with our real estate. We are not your financial advisors, attorney, or accountants. We do not endorse or recommend any specific solutions or contractors here. You're advised to do your own due diligence to your own satisfaction before you invest. The first Friday of each month is Ask the Attorney with Ms. Catherine Davis. Our meetings are typically recorded, so only share what you want others to know.
Okay, did that work okay?
Yep. Sound,
Okay.
couldn't
All
clear
right,
it.
great.
Yep, worked great. And
All
John,
right.
before we get started, is this your special day? I think you said something like that, didn't you?
Well, it's my birthday, if that's what you're
Yes.
talking. I seen
Happy
you had a
birthday.
birthday too,
Yeah, I
Bruce.
had one yesterday, so yeah, happy
Yeah.
birthday, John.
Yeah,
So,
thanks. Thank you, Bruce. Same to
We're
you.
both a year older in the past 2 days. You feel any older?
I feel older every day.
Yeah.
No, I feel good. I'm great. Thank you. How about you, Bruce?
Yeah, I feel older every minute sometimes, it seems like. Nuts.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, does anybody want to start us off with anything today? Anybody got anything want to buy, sell, stuff they're working on? I know a lot of people have a lot going on this weekend. Trying to take a day off too. I've got something here I guess I could throw out there too, because Jim Subert, who was our speaker, one of our speakers last month, he's got an employee that's looking for a 2-bedroom condo or apartment. And she's kind of wanting a ground level with a garage or a carport. She's wanting to rent or an option to buy either Fenton, Eureka, or maybe Chesterfield. So I don't know. She's been in her same place for 27 years, so she's pretty good, pretty stable person. She's around 70 years old. No pets or kids, but she was wanting to stay at, which I think is probably maybe unrealistic, but around $500 a month. So I don't know if that's realistic or not. She might be in her 27-year ago dollar amount. So anyway, I told him I would announce that, and her name is Sharon, and her contact info is 314-517-5190. So if anybody has anything like that, please give Sharon a call. So, and I'll put that in the chat also. So does anybody else, thank you, Tiffany. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share with us today? Is everybody ready for barbecue?
I've got something to share.
Sure, Joanna.
Hi there. Let me get off video. I don't know. Can you see me now?
There you are. Yes.
Okay. Okay. There we go. I can see myself. Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I dial in a few times, so this is my first time speaking, but I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath slab in Ladue that's up for rent starting next Tuesday if it passes occupancy on Monday. So if anyone has anyone that's looking to get into the Ladue district and that would like a slab, please let me know.
Okay, it's available Tuesday, you said, Joanna?
Occupancy is on Monday, so I'm hoping it's all good.
Okay.
So as quickly as possible.
All right. And do you have any price point on that?
I'm looking for $3,000 a month.
Okay. All right, very good. And how would somebody get a hold of you?
I can put my contact here in the chat, and my email address.
Yeah, that's great. And could you also announce that verbally, just for anybody watching the replay, please?
Yes, my cell phone number is area code 816-820-0495, joanna.devereaux@gmail.com.
All right, excellent. Okay, I see. Are you in the Kansas City area?
No, I'm from there, so I still have my cell phone number from, gosh, 25 years ago. So
Okay.
still have it.
Okay, reason I was asking is because We are going to have, somebody that presented with Catherine Davis 2 weeks ago in Kansas City, Julie Anderson. They did a presentation together, and she's like Kathy's counterpart out in the Kansas City area. She's going to be talking to our group soon and sharing some things. She's got every legal form on her website for Missouri and Kansas, which I've never seen anybody so gracious to give all that away just online like that. So that'll be some stuff she'll be talking about, but it's a little bit different in the Kansas City area than what we have in St. Louis. Cause I know with the, we've talked about the coalition a few times. They've got where we have $300,000 going into effect, July 1st. And I would guess the money might already be used to fight evictions for the tenants. They have over $5 million. So it's a whole different world in Kansas City than it is in St. Louis on that kind of stuff. So she'll be enlightening us and sharing some stuff with us on that. So that'll be interesting. And I don't know when they're going to work that out. But I'll let you know as soon as we can. So. See Dave Soto up there. When's the elections coming up, Dave? That'll be
just over a month. April 6th is the primary. So got a lot to do this next month.
August 6th, correct?
August 6th. Yeah, what did I say? April, August.
Yeah, April. I kept saying April all year, and I think I'm fine to get it right.
April was municipal election, so
okay.
August 6th.
Okay. Well, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, pretty stressful too. So you just sit, and everybody I've talked to that's running for office, everybody has the same questions in their head. Are we doing everything we need to do? Just make sure that I'm campaigning like I should be and going where I should be and doing what I need to do. So spending the money in the right way and that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's a little bit out of my league. I don't know where you'd put your money, but I'm sure you can spend a lot.
Yeah, I've my budget is $40,000.
Ooh.
And so that's what I need to raise. Not there yet, but I'm getting there. And quite frankly, I probably need to raise a little more because I put a lot of my own money into it. And if I have to dig into that, that's going to be a little painful. It's not a high paying job. So it's not, it's just do what I need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we appreciate you doing that. I know you're passionate about getting the right thing done, and we appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody else? Anybody got anything that they want to sell, or anybody looking for anything?
Hi, I have something.
Sure, John.
Actually, I was just looking to see if anyone knows anyone that refinishes bathtubs and possibly tile. I was needing to have that done. And I put it in the chat, and my phone number is 314-324-7621.
Okay. What part of town is that in, John?
Well, the property's in Bell Fountain Neighbors.
Okay. Okay. Anybody got anybody they've used for any tub refinishing or tile that they would like to share with John there? We just put in all new stuff, so we didn't refinish anything right now, but that's a great business to be into. All right. All right. Anybody else? I see Eric's up there smiling. Looks like you're back from California again. You're muted if you said anything there, Eric.
No, I'm saying eventually I'm going back in about a couple of weeks.
Oh, are you? Yep. You've been making a lot of trips out there. How's your mother doing?
She's doing better. That's why I'm going back. She's, I gotta go get her from some facility for a couple months. So I had to work on the house. So once, I pretty much finished pretty much what I need to do to the house. So I'll be going back to go get her to bring her home. And then shortly after that, in the next month, I'm flying to Germany.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember you said you're going there. So safe travels to you, Eric.
Thank you. Lloyd, I came in at the last ending. I think you spoke about a book, Dale Carnegie. Is that the
Yeah, I just mentioned Dale Carney's book. When I was working at the Boeing company, I had the privilege of taking the Dale Carnegie course, and along with that, I got a copy of his book and everything. So yeah, it's a good program. And a just a good book to read.
Well, I read that book.
Mhm.
I have that book. It's a very good book. I think you said How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah,
Is that the name of it?
that's it.
Yes, I actually have that book. I read it. It's a very good book for anybody that want to, pretty much, I guess, learn how to communicate with people, or you like customer service type thing, just how to talk to
Any,
people.
yeah, anything to deal with people, it's good, and I keep saying that's what real estate business isn't just about doing rehabs. It's a lot of dealing with a lot of people, especially if you're going to scale up. Can't do it all yourself. Dealing with you always got to deal with buyers, sellers, tenants if you choose to go that way, which a lot of us do. Um, but yeah, just dealing with people in general. It's a good thing. Dealing with contractors too.
John, there's a couple of referrals it looks like for you, recommendations for your tub. Tim Wright put in there a link, STLRE glazing.com. So there's one you can check, and he used them recently. He said they did a great job. And then Joanna, let's see, put in tubs and tiles, Reco, Courtney Ponder, CNC Customs. And there's a couple of phone numbers, 636-383-7706. And then Gary's number is 314-465-3729. And you guys feel free to unmute yourself if you'd like to say anything about it. You definitely do that, but appreciate you putting it in there so we have it in writing.
Yeah, I see it now. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then looks like Lois, let's see, I'm about to use a new look resurfacing company, and that's 314-368-6198. So they're going to do it on July 11th. So maybe you could, Lois, you could come back and give us a idea of how you like them too. Let's see, you got a couple other things. The previous guy did it 3 years ago. Uh-oh, you had one previously from 3 years ago and it's peeling and they're out of business. That don't sound like a good recommendation on that
No.
one. If he's out of business, then not much you can do. Okay, yeah, that's one of the problems. A new guy came in and looked at it. Well, we had some problems with some of that with our construction too. The guy didn't do the headers right on the windows, and guy that came and did the finishing, he didn't want to talk bad about anybody because a lot of times they don't do that. But he said if he wouldn't have fixed it, it would have worked good for like 1 to 2 years, and then we'd start having problems with the windows. So we put a little bit more into it right up front, but I was glad to do that rather than to wait 2 years and have to tear the walls and everything out. So you just don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. I mean, that's about how it works. And there's no way I would know that kind of stuff because even though I've been around a lot of it, I mean, you still just don't know till you get into the details there. So that's good stuff to know. Okay, yeah, that's okay, Lois. You can't unmute, but yeah, if you could update us, that's always good. We always love to hear what kind of experience you have. We love to share good experiences, and also, even when they're not so good, it's always good to hear about stuff.
Mm.
All right. Anybody else got anything they're working on? It's a good time to work on inside stuff too, because it was getting hot out there the other day. We do have the tax sales coming up next month, so I don't know usually the lists start coming out at the end of the month. So I don't know if anybody follows that like some of us do here. All 114 counties do them on the same day though, which is the fourth Monday in August. So you've got to be there in person or get a state representative or somebody that's a resident, I should say, resident representative for that. I personally have never been to a tax sale, but I bought a lot of properties from the county's far back taxes. And Lois said she would have replaced the tub if she would do it over again. Yeah, we did that once before because I think the cost was, by the time we tore it out of there, was a lot less than actually reglazing it and redoing it. But that's always a consideration, but you just have to see what happens. If you can leave them, a lot of times they're better off too, though, because you get into other things. And depending on what municipality you are, sometimes you start tearing stuff apart and they want to look at everything.
Yeah, John, I was going to say that the last time I had one reglaze, I was thinking about replacing the tub, but the guy that I had that was updating the kitchen and everything, he said, yeah, if you replace a bathtub, you got to call, at least in St. Charles City, you got to have a licensed plumber do that part. And so he wouldn't touch it because he wasn't a licensed plumber. Although he's done a lot of plumbing for me, but that was over the limit. When it comes to replacing a tub, city gets real sticky on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes with it. Sure.
Oh yeah, and then once you break into it, especially if it's an older house, you don't know how far it's going to go. You may have to be replacing the stack, which I've done in the past.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
For what it's worth, a lot of people are looking at the alternate of getting rid of the tub altogether and putting in a shower or a double person shower, if you want to call it that, so they don't have to step in and out, which is a hazard for some of us older folks who are having more trouble walking. So, but that probably costs more, so I don't know.
Well, that's a good point and there's actually a good conversation because we just put one in that's a complete walkthrough. It's got like a 1-inch step just so the water drain the other way. And that's all we have in the whole house we built. But then it goes back to, I know some people years ago, and I don't know how they look at it now, but when they took out their bathtub, it made it a half bath and they couldn't consider it a full bath like it was before. So I don't know how that actually works when you go to put your house up for sale, because you might have had a 2.5 bath, like in the case that I'm talking about there. And then they took it out and then they only had 1 and 2 half baths. So even though it's a lot safer, I don't even know how much people use bathtubs compared to what they used to. So, but that's a different classification. Does anybody know anything on that, on how they might look at them now? So I know that was something the realtor told us years ago, that you had to be careful with that. That was in Carson also.
Yeah. Realtors, I'm sure, look at that a lot. They just looking at checking the right boxes on their form to get a listing. And it might not look as much, but yeah, I think it's more of a personal thing. Depends on who the prospect is looking for the house. They might like that better than having a bathroom updated with a shower instead of having to do it themselves.
It can get expensive too. I think redoing them a lot of times costs more than just putting them in brand new.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What you run into, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody else got anything today? Yeah, Lois says if they have kids, they need a tub. Yeah, that's a great idea to have the tub for kids.
Small kids, you got to have at least one tub in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, we have one, but I'm not looking at resale value down the road because I plan on staying here till the end of everything. But I want something we have all wide doors, double wide everything, no steps in the whole place. I mean, there's not even a steps, even though we have a rock driveway. You could roll a wheelchair across the driveway to the garage if you wanted to here. That was our whole idea. Just no steps, period. So we have a 1-inch to get into our shower area.
Yep. That's a good
Hey
plan.
guys, Yeah, have you guys ever tried the tub kit? And we did that once. Now it is time consuming, but if you have like a maintenance guide, you just go to Home Depot and get the kit, and then they apply it. And that was like 10 years ago, and it works fine.
Oh, again, the fiberglass or acrylic tub and shower enclosure on one.
No, I mean the kit. It's like a paint, like the it's liquid. You know, you
Oh,
like
okay. You for reglazing. You're just talking about
reglaze. Yeah,
okay.
reglaze it, and you
Oh.
can repair it. Yeah, and then after repair, then you can just reglaze it. But it worked fine.
Yeah, if you
Well,
do the prep right, that's the biggest thing I think on like any paint job. It's like a paint job. You gotta
right.
prep the surface right, like they is prescribed in the directions. Yeah, I've heard of people doing it themselves, but I have never tried that.
And like I said, it is very time consuming. So it takes like a day, almost a day, just to do the whole process. Yes.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, you got a lot of dry cure out and everything. But no, I haven't used that. I thought you were talking about when you said kit, I thought you were talking about getting one of the kits with a acrylic tub and shower wall. I ended up
Oh
doing
no,
the last tub I
no.
had replaced. There was no way I could salvage it because it had already had a rebath over it, and it was stuck down with so much adhesive. The whole tub was a big mess. And
Oh
when
yeah, I can imagine.
it had come loose, the overlay from rebath or whoever did it had come loose, and it was like standing on a waterbed when you got stepped in to take a shower or get in the tub.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I got it out
Oh,
a couple of times. I called Rebath or somebody. They showed me how to get it out, but it just kept coming back. After a couple of months, it was back again. So I ended up I hired a contractor. I bought the kit from Lowe's for the tub, one of the acrylic tub and wall enclosures. Fortunately, I asked the tenant, it's going to he's going to take your bathtub down for a while. But unfortunately, they had a shower in the basement that they were willing to get rid of the problem, they were willing to shower for about a week because by the time because I had to replace the tub, I had to get a licensed plumber to hook up rehook up all the plumbing to the tub, and then my contractor did the rest of it, doing the install, and then I actually ended up finishing doing the drywall work to feather it all in again to get it finished off. But yeah, it took more days than I thought because by what time you wait for an inspector. I got to pull the permit myself. Now, I'm sure if it was a regular big contractor that hit it, he might have gotten a faster response when he was calling the city inspector. But the plumber took like a day and a half to get finished, and by then it was Friday afternoon, and I couldn't get anybody out on Friday. I had to wait till Monday to get it inspected. So.
Hmm. I see Tiffany said that they see them listed, I guess if you take your tub out, 3/4 bath. Oh, that's interesting. There's a shower and out.
Yeah, I guess it could be considered. It says it's a larger bath. I've heard that term 3/4 bath. I don't know if they got a box on their form to do that, but maybe they do.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I would actually consider ours the size of it. It's huge. I'd consider ours a 1.5, even though it's in the one place, 1 3/4, something like that, just by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's pretty wild. I'll have to start looking for that. Thank you, Tiffany.
You're welcome. It's based on the amenities, not as much the size of it, but when there's just the sink and the toilet, that's a half bath. And then if there's a shower without a tub, they call it a 3/4 bath. And then when there's a tub and a shower and everything in there, then it's just a full bath.
Okay.
But they don't seem to have any size requirements to consider it a bath. It's just the amenities that are in there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good to know.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Charles put something in there about private money. You can unmute yourself, Charles, if you'd like to talk. Feel free.
Okay, I got it. No, just putting out there the properties around the lake, the values are hopping. So I was just putting out there if somebody's looking for properties, it's nice to have somebody that's close that can take a quick look, or I can send a property report on the property, or both. It's just to work together. And if it works out that I can do the loan, that'd be great too.
Okay, and how would you like people to get a hold of you, Charles? I see you put it in the chat there, but
I
just
put LakeviewInvestmentStrategies.com will take you to my landing site, and you could fill out the property info that you're inquiring about, and I'd be notified of it. Or 815-674-9542. That's my personal phone number. Leave me a message, because all the garbage that comes in, I don't watch it all. But I'm 15 miles away from Lake of the Ozark itself. So, and I drive around the area. So it's a lot more convenient to have somebody that you don't need to drive 2 hours to get a picture, or to know that the house that they're supposedly looking at is still there. So that's all I was basically getting at.
Okay, thank you, Charles. All right, what else we got today?
I have a question. My name is Tim Wright.
Sure.
I'm new to the group. I just joined, paid my fee last night or the day before to join STLREIA. How do we get access to these meetings? I know they're being recorded, so if I want to go back and look at this one or previous ones, is there a way that I could go back and look at previous meetings?
Sure, Tim. That's a good question. Yeah, we put them on YouTube every week, but if you look in the members section on STLREIA, STLREIA.com, it'll be in the members section. If you haven't set up your site, your own personal site yet, go ahead and do that. And if you have any questions about it, I know, which I always do, just send to admin there and they can answer that. But we put those on YouTube, and they go back several years now. I think I started the one for our group here back in 2016, I want to say. So everything we've ever done is on there. You can spend as much time or as little time as you want on there, but you can usually find what you want. And we tried to put, at least I've gotten better over the years, but try to put the headline and the title to go along with the meetings. Now, the Friday ones, you just have to pretty much look at it, because it depends on what we talk to. But the main meetings, they're on there also. So they go back, and we have everything pretty well detailed, Tim. So you should be able to find that. If not, just let us know, and we'll direct you in the right direction.
Yeah. Once you get logged in, Tim, under your the email that you're registered with,
yeah,
you can go to members. There's a button at the top called Members Resource that John's talking about. Members Resources, and then there's a drop-down menu. We got a document library, a lot of forms and things on there, and then there's the recorded meetings and events. That's what John's talking about, is where you'll find the videos recorded there.
Okay, great, awesome, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, talk about. We also have a section for newsletters too. If you missed one of our newsletters, in fact, I meant to mention if you're on our mailing list, you should be getting your newsletter today. I get one of that informed delivery I signed up for with the post office, and I just saw that this morning. Our newsletter's coming out. Laura sends it to the printer, and it's in mine is in the mail, and hopefully looking forward to getting this afternoon if my mailman shows up. Yeah,
Great.
I know our mail service hasn't been that great, but I think we're the only, I know in the St. Louis area, the only group that actually still sends out a paper newsletter. So we got a lot of folks that appreciate the written word, and I look forward to that too. And I'm one of them.
Yeah, we just opened up a new post office box down here because, it's kind of, we're not going to have a mailbox out here, but I have one in Cottleville. I think I mentioned this to you, Lloyd. I put a check in there for my renewal, for my 1-year renewal. It was due December 12th. I put a check in there before Thanksgiving, and they still have not credited that. It disappeared, and I mailed it at the post office for that post office. And I finally went in there because I kept getting these notices and talked to them. And they said, well, you haven't got it. I said, I dropped it right in the slot. She said, because they were closed. The office was closed when I went in there to get my mail. And she says, no, she goes, you need to give it to us directly or put it under the door. I said, under the door? I was mailing it to you guys, at your address. It never has turned up. But this is what, 8 months later, 9 months later now?
Yeah, the post office, even St. Charles here too. We got the same issue. I got one of my tenants who lives on the other side of town, other side of St. Charles. He's close to the post office than I am. He said he used to drop his check in the box at the post office, and that was the last one to come in. It would be sometimes 3 and 4 weeks, and sometimes it was like a month later before it actually, it showed up here just to get across town and dropped it in the post office. So finally, thank goodness for Zelle. And I think you mentioned that, John. I've switched over most of my tenants over to Zelle payment method now. And he got set up on that and realized, hey, this is great. And he knows it's going to get here.
Yeah, we got some good stuff now. We got Zelle, Venmo, got somebody from credit union using Pop Money that we have, and just Square, of course, in those. But yeah, back in the day, I still get some money orders from people that's been sending them to me for many years. And what's really funny about that is the ATMs, when you go to make your deposit, if they're closed, they'll read the checks, but they won't read the money orders, even though they're government issued from the post office. They will not read them. So I cannot deposit them.
Really? Oh, I think I've deposited them. You did the mobile deposit with a money order before, but not at the ATM though. So, okay.
Well, they won't let me do a mobile because they say it's a commercial account. They just won't let me do that because her deposits all her stuff, with their phone. And it's still old fashioned at Regions. I still got to go there and wait in line. And then of course there's no tellers anymore. You'd be lucky if you have 2 people even working there.
Yeah. The banks are getting pretty sparse. I mean,
it's crazy.
I like to go into the counter just to keep those people employed.
Yeah.
Does Dave have any advice to be a property management company as to something that works best? Dave Soto. Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, with the problems that we're discussing here the past couple minutes with getting rent checks from tenants and the various systems that appear to all be problematic, do you have a best system that works for you?
Yeah, the majority of our payments our tenants pay online. That's through the system we use right now. We're up to, oh gosh, it's already the 5th, and 87% of our tenants paid online. So the other thing two other things we have is that they can mail their payments straight to our bank, but that's a problem because it's the mail, and then gotta wait for the bank to report back to us that when they made the payment. And we also have a way for them to go to, I guess it's CVS and a couple other places and pay cash. We give them a slip with a QR code. Teller scans it, they pay the cash, and that's how they pay their rent. So that's the majority of it. But again, so few pay by mail, and when they do have an issue, it's in our lease saying that's that they have to have it. It's not based on the postmark date. It's based on when the bank actually receives it. So we don't see a whole lot of problems with it. A lot of people, understand, and so they might even take it straight to the bank, and we're okay with that.
Yeah, that's a good point, David. We had somebody few years ago that took it straight to the bank every month, and I kind of like that because we just gave them a deposit slip, or I think we gave them one, and they just automatically had the numbers in, so that worked out well. But that, to me, that would be a lot of trouble to have to do that if I was a tenant. I don't think I'd like that nowadays because there's so many other convenience ways to do it.
Yeah, and they're trusting the bank to receive that. So the bank actually has a PO box for the ones that mail it, so they have to go to the PO box, pick it up, bring it back, and send us a spreadsheet of who's paid. So that's little time risk for the tenants. Again, today's the 5th, so everything is due by the 5th or else it's late, and we've got, as of right now, 87% of paid. It'll go higher. Normally we're in the mid to high 90s of tenants that pay online. So
That's good. Real good. All right. Anybody else got anything today? Good here. I don't see nothing else. I don't really have anything else today. We kind of have kind of a short call, I guess, today, if you'd like to do that. Get back to our, whatever we're doing, our festivities today. I don't think we're having doing a lot. Those guys ran up to the store. We're going to barbecue, I think, this afternoon. Other than that, that's about it. We might drive down to the lake. We might not. So.
Yeah, John, I think everyone's in holiday mode.
Sounds like it, Ann.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
yeah, if it stays slow, we'll close the office early today.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a few more percent of your paid tenants, and you'll be all set. That's nice. Also, though, you could probably check that from other places too, can't you, Dave? From,
well, that's one of the neatest things about the system is that, like, I have an app on my phone, so the morning of the 1st, I just pull it up and see about a third pay before we open the office. So on the 1st, so that's a lot of it is they prepay, and then some just automatically set up to pay it on the 1st. So that's about a third of the rent we've received is right on the 1st.
That's nice for accounting purposes, because then you could take care of everything all at once.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I have mine spread out because whenever it works with their pay periods, I just kind of accommodate them, and that's okay when you only got a dozen or so. But when you start getting more of them, it starts getting a little time consuming.
We have over 600, so
yeah, I know you got a different system.
yeah.
Yep. Oh, okay. Well, would you like to give your contact information while you're there, Dave? I don't see Stacy here today, but just for anybody watching the recording.
Oh, she just decided to take the day off as PTO, so
well, good for her.
Weekend. Hold on. I want to give her contact information. I just got to pull it up. And
I still enjoyed your video. I know we have that on the Facebook group there that you and her dancing there. That was
my gosh.
That was quite a deal there. If you haven't seen it, I recommend going and watching that. That's well worth your time.
So she texts me. She goes, "I need a full length picture of you, full body picture of you." I go, I don't have one. She goes, "Never mind. I found it," and I was worried. And all of a sudden that came up. Oh my gosh!
It's great. I see Bruce laughing. He might have watched it too.
That's great for my campaign. So actually, it's really not a bad thing. I'm a human being. I'm a regular person. I'm not some stiff. Whatever. So, but so Stacy's contact is she's at 636-305-3380, and her extension is 311, and her email is stacy@sotops.com. And Stacy's job is she's our business development manager. She's the one that everybody contacts to her job is to find new management owners, new clients. So she does a great job. Here's a great story. These are the perfect ones. One of our clients sold their property, one of their properties, and next thing you know, Stacy got a contact, and she contacts us in the office. She goes, "I have a property, and it's at whatever Main Street," and we go, "Oh, that's one that we just sold." So now we're going to be managing the same property for a new owner. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's even better when they sell through us, but so.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Stacy's always good, and she's usually here to entertain us some more. So appreciate you guys. All right. Anybody else have anything else, or are we about to call it a day? A little bit early today. All right. Well, good conversation. I'll have the replay up by midnight tonight. So if nothing else, next week will be Catherine Davis. She will be here for Ask the Attorney. And anything else, Lloyd?
No. Looking forward to hearing Kathy next week.
All right. All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
We'll see you
Take care.
soon. All right.